What's going on? Today I'm going to build a coil for your dripper. And we're going to do a sub-ohmed coil. What I'm going to build today is going to be, the resistance is going to be around 0.2, 0.3 resistance ohms. First off, we're going to take it apart. Make sure your piece is locked on the bottom. You can tell I've been buffing on this. It's kind of starting to turn brown on the cotton. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but I'm going to do a review because I can. First off, you might want to have some kind of small scissors. I use toenail clippers, screwdriver, and sometimes a mini screwdriver. Okay, and then I'm using canthal wire, and some A1. It's 25 gauge. I've done this quite a bit, so I don't have an ohm reader. I really don't need one. I'm okay. I'm not doing micro coils today, so here's your canthal wire. So you want to cut it about this long. So get it cut. There's one piece, and then kind of eyed those out. They're roughly the same length. Like I said, I've been doing this for a little while. So once I get that cut, I can come in here and I can unscrew these. Now this is the tobe, the big tobe, and I have a smaller version of this. I'm going to go ahead and make sure these are locked. Just pull it out. This is the way I do it. Next video I do, I'll make a bottle of juice on my own formula. So we got that done. So these are trash. They'll kind of burn up a little bit. It smells good. Okay, after you're done doing that, well, now size matters. To get to what I want on resistance, like a sub-ohmed resistance. Sub-ohmed is below 1 resistance, so it's a point, like 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, so on and so forth. I like this. I'm going to wrap it around this. I'm actually going to wrap it around this part right here. So you get mine about, I like them about that small. It gives me what I need. Now, once you start getting past 0.5, you really start eating battery up. But you get really fat fucking hits. I'm going to wrap this with 4 coils. So I just kind of put it on the middle. And you can use a bit or a screwdriver like I am. But we're going to go and I'm going to do a wrap. This is going to be my first wrap. See how I did this? Just kind of hold it there and wrap it. We'll make it all neat and tidy after we get it done. So you see how I'm doing that? There we go. Yeah, it looks all shitty, doesn't it? All I have to do is push it down. Voila. Kind of neaten it up a little bit. There's a perfectly good coil. I'm going to do it with the other piece of handful. So this is a dual tank for dual coil. Here's this one. Just going to bend it. Get that first bend in there. Once you do this a couple of times, it's kind of like cooking or like any other project. So is making liquid. You don't really have to be neat at first. I'm not used to doing it in front of a camera. Yeah, there's always a first for everything. There we got that. Just push it down. Bam! Look at that, perfect. You get a perfect coil. Once I get these coils in here, I need to make sure my holes are open. You see the holes? I'll screw down and tighten down on the. Now with the 25 gauge, you're good. The higher gauge, the smaller the wire. So with something like this, like if you're using like a, I don't know, 29 or 30 gauge, because it comes in all gauges. You'll make sure you want to tighten these two down. Depends on the thickness. Once you get down to 25, between 25 and 20 gauge, the 20 gauge is really thick. That's all I have to say on that. But yes, I'm going to slide it through the holes. I'll make it all neat here in a minute. Once I get that slid down, I want to go in and tighten this side. Now I don't want to tighten the other side because I'm going to put the other coil through the hole. So here we are in that. Just kind of fit it in there. It'll go in. Sometimes you gotta move them out of the way. There we go. And we'll come in here. Put it through. Put it through this way. We'll make it all nice and neat here in a minute. Just kind of hold it. And that one's a little far over the edge. You see how I made that a little far over the edge? I need to fix that, so I'm just gonna loosen it again. Push it. Alright. Now we can do the center pin. And the center pin is a positive and these are the negatives. Alright, now after you got that done, you see how they're kind of messy looking? Well, what I want to do first is I want to cut this extra off. I don't need that hanging around. I'm going to make sure it's not hanging over the edge because when you put your lid down, I kind of run into some problems. I like using toenail clippers. They just work really good. And I did not use these on my toes. These are brand new, or were brand new. I've used them a lot and I probably need to replace them. Just make sure you get all the pieces out. Okay, so now we got these all pretty, kinda. You need to use the little screwdriver. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna